Welcome to the Mythic Life Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Brummett, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you listeners on this channel. We are going to be diving deep today into stress. We're talking about stresses today. We're talking about how we are affected by outside stresses. If that is specific topics, we're going to be talking about things coming up like the election, finances, world events, world wars happening. It's kind of intense right now. And I know so many of you on this personal development empowered journey are doing your work. You are processing your stuff, you're using your tools to truly hold your strength, hold your vitality. And some of you may be trying to figure out, like, how do I do that? How do I navigate these times? Not just navigate to survive, but that's the question. How do you be true and authentic to what is happening in the world and thrive? This is the thing, because for you to create change in the world is to be in an empowered place out of thriving. If that is building yourself financially to being a philanthropist, if that is working on your emotions and physical sensations so that you can hold vitality and strength and health so that you could be more of service to others. If that is building your business and your platforms to a place where you can be a place that can house and contain and support or give opportunities to people, whatever it is. The thing is that we're all in this together. We're all in it. No matter how clear your system is, no matter how affected your system is, these things are happening in the world and they are to some degree affecting you. And so how do we navigate that? And so I want to dive into really exploring this thing because, my practice, we are Mythic Life. We're free thinkers. We're deep feelers. We're courageous trailblazers, right? So this element of being an intuitive, being an empath, being psychic, having special callings in your hearts to being of service to the world, wanting to facilitate change in the world, is that you feel deeper. You have a field, and your intuition is designed to be amplification to your sensory, not cut off from it. So that means when you're bombarded with text messages of donate to this person or emails or social medias, and it's all bombarding at you, and you drive down the street and every house has some sign up in front of it of vote for this person, vote for this person. And you see neighbor after neighbor have different signs, and you see them come out and grim at each other. And you get into those conversations of, oh no, if this person does, what's going to happen to the world? The life's going to end. Or, oh no, we have to stop this and vote for that person. And all this division, it's like it really corrupts the field. And even if you're neutral, even if you hold back and you don't watch the news, you're being affected by it. Let's be honest. It is actually getting into your field. It's in your field. It's in your energy, which means, here's the thing. We are sensory beings. We are processing energy. We process energy and we learn from it. We metabolize it. We digest it. It comes through our thoughts. It comes through our emotions. It comes through our sensations. And it works its way through, and it sticks to where you have beliefs, and it flows through and out where you don't. Okay, so this is where learning techniques that address your subconscious programming. Because if you have programs that get triggered, you give your free will over to being reactive. You get hooked into it. And that's a psychic hook. You may start to give time and resources to it. And that bonds you into it and drives you further into the story that's happening. So you have to, on a conscious level, go, is this my purpose? Is this fulfilling something? How deep do I want to go down this rabbit hole of exploring what this is and asking yourself those questions? What do I get out of this? How is it affecting my mindset? How is it affecting my emotions? Because it is affecting you, okay, on some level. Either you're having reactivity, either you are investing into it, it's taking up time, energy inside yourself, in your field, in your day. Okay, it is happening. So, we've had some emails going out about how to energetically maintain yourself, how to work with this. If you have learned the modality of theta healing, which, for me is such the huge key here, is to have techniques, modalities that support your energy and give you the ability to rapidly process things out and clear it. You see, instead of having a long process in my thoughts, instead of feeling corrupted in my energy and having low vitality or losing my appetite or running into conversations that are constant fights, I have these abilities, and we all have them. You just have to practice or learn them, of grounding, using meditation in my breath, connecting with the earth, learning to go into theta so that you can learn how to, with intention and in theta healing with command, to clear hooks and cords, to do energy breaks, to recognize what's being triggered and dig into the subconscious beliefs, identify them, and pull and instantly replace them. When this happens, it no longer is in your field. You have processed it, and that can be 15 minutes. Could you imagine clearing your stresses over politics and wars in 15 minutes a day, instead of it constantly being there as a narrative or feeling that heaviness and despair? When you feel sorry for and have despair over a war happening on the other side of the world, you're feeding it negative energy. You're not sending it light or support or nourishment. And when you go into judgment, oh, this country is doing this, and these people are being wiped out, and these are the underdogs, and I'm going to stand up for them, and that's wrong, and I'm against this country, and you're entangling yourself with righteous resentment that feeds energy to what you're against. That's what happens with that, just so you know. So I'm not saying you have to think it's okay. What's happening isn't okay. What's happening in the world, it's not all good. It's not okay. It is so good that we are being aware. And you don't have to give it your vitality and energy. If you can clear what it's threatening in you and address your beliefs, you can shift, you can elevate, and you can see higher truth and understanding. You can forgive, and you can project love and light to those that are really directly being impacted. You see, I have a lot of friends on all sides of all of these conflicts, and I care about them, and I love them. I do. I really feel for them. I reach out and I check in with them to see how they're doing, how they're managing, to let them know that I'm thinking of them with care, with love, with positive knowing and understanding of what they're going through to some degree. I don't fully understand. I'm not them. I'm not there. Another thing I want to touch on is it seems people really are facing a lot of personal stresses. You see, when we have stresses in our home, stresses in our family, and stresses in our resources, our finances, this challenges our sense of worth, esteem, and it triggers subconscious beliefs around lack and scarcity, and a lot of memories from our ancestors of deep genetic trauma that we have to heal in order to lift out of what's happening in economics. There's no denying that there is inflation and that there are pressures on certain groups of people that are either in the middle ground or are trying to work their way out of places and facing places of stress and debt and trying to work things through when you are not very well resourced is frightening. And there's fear. And when you get hooked into a mentality and then you go into desperate mode. So when you do this, you're actually creating a catch-22 because that survival desperation attracts more lack and scarcity. It doesn't bring abundance. It does feed strengths in your character of I'm going to survive by being tenacious and fixed and I'm going to get it done. And that creates anxiety and obsessive thought in these places. So we have to realize that we have to pull out of this paradox. We have to pull out of lack and scarcity paradigm by reclaiming our free will. You do this with your breath and with your consciousness. You reclaim your energy by taking that breath and calling yourself back and claiming your choice, that you have a choice every moment. That if you look at what is urgent and what is important and do what is important, what is urgent usually dissolves and vanishes away. That's Stephen Pressfield, by the way. Amazing author. I suggest reading his books. When we focus on what we want to create, and when we come from the mindset of, I have plenty, I'm going to be okay, and we focus on what we want to move into, things manifest that moves us out of stress. When we do exercises to clear our energy field, to bring nourishment and love in, and when we focus our mindset into positive thinking of appreciation and gratitude, we bring sweetness into our life and we build out of distress. This is a big key. From here, you actually are resourced with free will and positivity that then opens up to you using those tools to manifest whatever manifestation techniques you've trained in. Theta is a brainwave that is meant to create rapid change. Manifestations happen really quickly with the modality of theta healing. Really quickly, sometimes even instantaneously. So if you're new to the idea of theta healing, if you're new to this podcast, make sure that you are, subscribing to this podcast because we have a lot of helpful hints, and explore what theta healing is. It's a worldwide modality. There's practitioners wherever you are and courses that can be taken online. Check out our website, mythiclife.com. We really want to help you in processing these things because we don't have to give over our greatest resources. You have resources, because you have life. You're in a body and you're experiencing time and space and choice. When you have free will, space, and time, you are resourced to create in your life. When you recognize that from your free will, you have vitality, means you're resourced with energy. And when you connect in your hearts to higher consciousness, and when you lift your mindset into higher mindsets, you open up to higher spiritual knowledge, intuition, and the abilities of creating and changing your life. When you learn techniques to address your subconscious, you can work on the limiting beliefs that are entangling what's happening in your life and holding you to current stresses. So these are the keys. Process the limiting beliefs that hold you in your genetic memory of lack and scarcity, and work on your energy field and your mindset to bring in more gratitude, appreciation, and clear the overwhelm and the bombardment of your space with all of this corrupting, controversial entanglement. And that's going to be a maintenance. That might be daily for a little bit. That might be weekly as we move forward further past current events, so that we can really build the life that our soul wants to live. And that is the mythic life, is when you wake up to the intentions your soul wants to live, that you are learning and growing through everything, and everything is fulfilling some purpose, and that you're working through it, and it's okay. Wherever you are in your life, it's okay. You have free will to build on it, to change it, and to heal it. So thank you all for joining. I'm so excited to support all of you. Check us out. We have healing circles. We have memberships that support you in utilizing your gifts. We have workshops to learn your spiritual, metaphysical tool belt to be able to support and be your own healer. There's a lot coming up in the world. It is important to be prepared, to be built up, and to strengthen your emotions, your vitality, your thoughts, and your choices. I'm Eric Brummett, and I'm so excited to connect with all of you here. We are Mythic Life. Free thinkers, deep feelers, courageous trailblazers. We own our myth with our vibes, how we think, feel, and act. We believe that love is a given, not something earned, and that earth is sacred. We walk our talk, and when life gets real, we heal. Thank you all for joining. I look forward to seeing you again soon.